Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video we are taking a look at MicroStrategy and our strategy, and let's take a look at the price action because this thing is continuing in the collapse. And as per what I mentioned in my last video that I did publicly on my channel here on MicroStrategy, everything has executed just as per that plan. Now, definitely, if you are a member on my Patreon, you receive not just MicroStrategy, but many other stocks as well, regular daily coverage. Again, if you are interested in joining those daily coverage of many stocks, many plays, check out the details in the description of this video. There are Patreon links. All right. Before going further in this video, as we'll be taking a look at the price action, little bit of a recap of what we talked about last time and how things are going as per the plan, and has something changed since then? Should we still follow the same plan? We'll talk about all of that in this video. But before going further, I also want to let you know none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. I also have some data to show you. We'll talk about that as well. But let's talk about a little bit of the price action. Now, there are some tools already turned on my screen here on MicroStrategy. Again, they are also part of my memberships. If you are interested on my Patreon, links are in the description of this video. I'm going to really quickly turn on my another tool here. And as you can see, we have been still in the bearish structure right over from that level of 425, the start of the bearishness. And still right now where we have closed today, we are still all just bearish on MicroStrategy. There is no green sign I'm seeing. There is not a single sign of any start of a bullish price action. Let's turn off the tool. So now, and this is another, I just turned off another the other tool that I turned on, but this is here another tool that is already turned on, which is where everything on the dashboard you can see as well, everything on MicroStrategy is bearish across all the intervals right now. Now, what did I talk about in my last video that I did somewhere last week or a couple of days or a few days ago, I should say? And when I did that video, price action was right over here, right? It was sitting at $340.52 around. This was the candle. And I told you back then as well, don't get excited if you see any rebound all the way till this yellow area, $362 zone. Don't get excited that we're gonna get bullish. Didn't I say that? Right? And what we got the next day, a strong green candle. If you would not have seen my video, you would have considered this, oh yeah, it's time to buy, get it going, we are bullish again. But look at it, it rejected precisely into our below that yellow zone that I provided you, right? And we continued to stay bearish. We are still continuing down. I told you. I teach my members in my videos on Patreon. If you are interested, definitely feel free to join the memberships over there. Now, we are still bearish from where we are. Okay, nothing has changed actually in our planning. We have been bearish since around that level 425, as I just showed you on my tools as well. That's where we got the bearish signal start, and we are still continuing in that bearish signal here on MicroStrategy. Okay, so what else did I say the last time? So I mentioned that we technically have possible targets. Now look, as long as price action is in that direction, our plan remains in that direction. As if MicroStrategy loses these levels, and it's almost testing the next leg breakdown, and which is pretty much the level around here. Like if we start to lose this $326 to $330 area, this is going to start dipping level by level lower, but you get prepared for another leg down. Okay, so technically the as we continue in this direction, and as I'll show you some data, I'll take it there in just a second, but MicroStrategy is not a buy. It's still collapsing. And this is still a magnet, 236. Now, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that price is going to go all the way there, but it's a directional magnet right now. What I'm saying is that if there is any likelihood from where the price action is and what the price action is showing me, if there is any likelihood of stabilization, what would be that price point from the given price action? That currently is at $235. That's the first area. Definitely 180, 196 to $180 is the next zone, but let's stay with the 230 first. Okay, 230 area, 236. Technically 232 to 235. I mean, I'm gonna say the zone, so I'm gonna pick one number in that zone. Okay, when I'm talking here, what will turn MicroStrategy around from where we are in the bullish strength? That zone is still the zone. We'll have to regain, start to close above $360 area, that very yellow box up there. Yes, overall structure will only change then. Okay, right now I'm not seeing any signs of rebound even on the lower time frame. We can take a look at that. Let's get to the hourly interval real quick. And even right now I'm not seeing any bullish strength rebounds. We got some rebound here on the hourly interval, but that's it. It's not in any, not even in multi-day uptrend. It's swing bearish, it's overall bearish, it's multi-day bearish as well right now. Little bit of a rebound came, but that was just a rebound. There is right now no sign of strength from where we are. If let's say we somehow close above 338 and 67 cents, if we can close a day above it, some start of multi-day strength, but which will still be just a part of a rebound in the overall structure, because MicroStrategy is way far away from showing any signs of bullishness, and the structure will only properly turn around if it doesn't break further below and can start to close above $360. All right, and otherwise MicroStrategy is just going to right now stay in the bearishness. Bitcoin is also collapsing along the way, but strategy or MicroStrategy is just bigger mess here. Yes, it's a bigger mess. Okay, now let me show you some data around their shares outstanding. Okay, because it plays a key part in strategy here. When I say strategy, I mean MicroStrategy, MSTR, because their whole business model is buying Bitcoin and raising capital based off of their shares, issuing their shares and buying based on the collateral and the loan and all of that. So how much is the real value behind this product of MicroStrategy? Well, it depends on how much you believe in Bitcoin. But that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what you should believe about Bitcoin, but what I'm telling you here is that as how the share price moves right now, MicroStrategy is not supporting anything on the bullish side in the price action. And let me show you something more, because this is adding more float in the supply of MicroStrategy, that is liquidating the current stakeholders, which means more shares are floating around, and thus to push it higher you need much higher volume. And let me show you some data. This is MicroStrategy shares outstanding graph. What you are seeing is a steep climb to the upside, which is not a good sign, on the shares outstanding side. And it's just not that. In just 2 years, from 2023 all the way to current standing of 2025, they have almost more than doubled their shares outstanding. They went from 113,000 approximately all the way to 280,000 shares outstanding just in 2 years. So pretty much you like it's like the loss of shareholders value has been tremendous right over here. Now, that being said, the price, there was a time price was going up, okay, but there, that was also traded as I just showed you on my tools. My tools gave all those signs where to buy and where to sell, right? Now, right now, shares outstanding are increasing, which is not a good sign. That means they are just raising too much capitals by issuing more and more shares, which is also diluting the existing stakeholders. And also more shares are floating around, which means more volume is needed to move a share price. Anyhow, price action remains negative. Their capital raise, their issuance of shares is right now unstoppable, which is not a good sign, as I say. And right now, it's not looking good for any bullish strength. If bullish strength will build up, I told you the levels to watch for that. If that happens, well, technically confirmation would only be then. Right now, there's just no sign of any bullishness. We are bearish. I don't want to be negative here. I just want to be realistic. And yeah, you know, so reality is that in the price action right now, there is no bullishness. And that's been the plan beans, that's been the plan so far. And not just from here, I mean, my members knew already from 425. If you're a member, you already knew, where the structure broke. And or if you have my tools, that's another way of you knowing what you need to know to make a decision. And yeah, as I just went over in this video as well, price action is still very negative. That's all I had for you guys in this video. And with that, I'll see you in the next videos whenever they'll come out. All right, guys, take care. Bye.